so that it doesn't go on endlessly and you don't get really bored or whatever or tired. Okay, so if everybody has does everybody have their sheet that I passed out?
Yeah.
Do you have a chance to print it or? Okay, I'm gonna just put it on here so that you
Mhm.
see it also as we as we go there. And I don't need this part. Just a minute. Hold on. Okay, so the title of this one is Insects and Spiders Part 1. I was hoping to do like insects and spiders tonight, but I just realized that it's too much to cover in one section, and so we're just going to do generally what the insect world does for you, because spider world does a completely different thing than an insect world does. So we're basically going to get to that. But I thought we should go over some principles, and then I want to go over some things about animals too, so that really kind of get that work really much more consolidated. Because we use the theme of vehicles in the first part with that cage dream, and then we also had the tiger in the house dream, which we're talking about houses, and um, a lot of animals appeared in both of those dreams. So I want to do some dream journaling and stuff about animals, so that we just are better consolidated about how to work with the animals when you have them in the dream. That's the important thing. Okay, so the first thing I would just want to do a little bit of review. Okay, and the most important thing when you're dealing with a dream, and the great thing about the dream world, is that it's a metaphoric world and it tells a story. The dream is a metaphoric world that tells a story about what's going on in the internal world, or in the spiritual world, or you're in your inner world. There's a few types of dreams that don't do that, but basically the majority of everything that you dream about is going to be a story about what's going on internally. So you, as a human being, you have two realities. You have your outer reality, and then you have your inner reality. And the outer reality is what you see, hear, smell, taste, feel, and touch, um, and what you experience outside of yourself, and what you live in the material world. Whereas the inner reality is the spiritual domain, in which your spirit is experiencing and growing and developing new aspects of itself all the time. So um, the dream world is there to help you to explain the challenges that you have in the outer world or inner world in terms of your growth. That's basically what it's there for. So so when you uh, so when you have a dream, it's generally going to be in two categories, and one is going to be a negative dream, and the other is going to be a positive dream, and then you'll also have a mixed dream. So the principle of dealing with dreams, this is what's the most important part here, is that the principle of dealing with dreams is that when you have a negative dream, you have to flip the negative images into their positive opposites, which represents the spiritual teachings or the spiritual virtues or the spiritual energy that you need to have your life work, or the spiritual behaviors even, or the spiritual mindset or whatever. But a negative dream is all about flipping, and a positive dream is all about embodying. Okay. So like Debbie was telling me a dream today she had about a deer. Okay. I'll just tell it. Debbie, can you tell us a dream you had about the deer? And I'm going to show you how you deal with a positive dream.
So I was outside and this deer came up and started following me. And I've been watching this Heartland movie, and it's about a young woman who does a lot of work with horses. And so she would just like go and they would follow her, and she'd run around and they would follow her like that. So that's what the deer was doing with me. It's just kind of like following me kind of playfully. And then I went inside and I sat in my chair and I told her, it was a big deer, and I told the deer, okay, lie down, right, Molly, come here, lie down, settle. And then she just lay down beside me and I just started petting her, and she was very, very soft, like a little kind of like puppy hair. That was it.
Okay, so okay, so that dream is completely 100% positive. There's nothing you need to do right at that moment to do transformation work other than to embody, which means taking inside of you the positive energy that the deer represents. Okay. And in this case, a deer represents gentleness.
It was kind of playful too, actually.
Yeah. Well, you can be, which
You're
means you
not
can be
helping.
playful with the gentle energy. Okay. And then, okay, so when you have a positive dream, you embody, you embrace, you walk inside, you bring it inside, the positive energy. You try to feel the positive energy. And then when you feel it, it starts to inform you, because it's energy that tries to inform you about how to live your life with that energy and what it's going to do to transform everything around you, including yourself. And and so that's a fairly easy process. What happens when you have a positive dream like Debbie's? She has a positive dream, she's going to have gentleness. Okay. So tomorrow morning she's going to wake up and do her meditation, right, Debbie?
Sorry, Molly is distracting me. She started eating the poinsettia plant.
Okay. 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 So tomorrow Debbie's going to wake up and she's going to do her meditation, and she's going to feel the energy of gentleness. And the gentleness is going to start to inform her about how to live a life with that quality of gentleness and where it's going to be important for her, whatever. Okay. After that, then she's going to start to get challenged, because okay, you have, now you can embrace this energy, and now we'll see if you can hold it. And we're gonna try to make you hold it at more and more difficult kinds of challenges until you've had enough for that particular time period. And that's up to the spiritual world. It's not up to you. The spiritual world, God, whatever, the dream maker, whoever makes dreams, decides how much of that gentleness you need to manifest right now and under what conditions. And it'll just keep testing you until you get it. And then, okay, now you have it. Now you can go on to something else. Okay. That's usually how it works. But because it's so positive and you don't have that much trauma around it, it's a fairly easy process for you to start developing. But you'll start to get challenged, and then you'll start to get negative dreams, and then you'll start to have to flip them. That's the important thing. Okay. So when you're dealing with a negative dream, you don't embody energy. You detach from energy first until you flip it around to see what the positive energy is, and then you embody the positive energy, or then you bring it in, but not at the first. The first, you're trying to detach from it. Like you got a poison in your body and you got to get the poison out, and then you got to bring in positive sugar or whatever, whatever thing that you need. So that's basically the general principle of how you deal with the types of dream. And so the third thing I wanted to talk about here is animals and the dual-natured self. Because you know that we have two types of selves. We have the true self, which is our positive nature, which is our eternal and long-lasting positive energy self. And then we have our ego, or our material self, which is negative, and it's the house of all our negative emotions and challenges and that kind of thing. Okay, so when you have an animal in a dream, every animal, some animals are really challenging to find this with, but every animal has two sides to it. So the animal can appear to you, like in Debbie's dream, as a positive, or it can appear as a negative. Like, spiders and insects and snakes and tigers and wolves and things like that, you often appear first as a negative. Bears or whatever, they often appear negative, and then eventually they turn over to a positive. Today, when we get down to the other work, we're going to do a little bit about how an insect works. But before we do that, what I want to start doing is working on animals in general, and how to how to view them, and how to understand them. Okay, so we're going to do an exercise here, and if you have your dream journal, that's good. If you just have a piece of paper, that's fine. And you can see, like on the screen as well as on your paper, the exercise is that you're going to make a list of 10 different animals, and I want you to try to do a variety of animals from the various parts of the animal kingdom. Like, just don't make all mammals that walk on the earth, for instance, or don't make just birds or whatever. You try to get a variety: air, land, sea, small, big. Okay. And then, okay, with each animal, describe the negative quality the animal represents, and then after that, you write the positive quality that the animal represents. Okay, so if something gets too hard, just skip it and then go on to another animal. Okay, and then we'll kind of work it in. And so I give you the example of the wolf. When you have a wolf in a dream and it's negative, it could mean like viciousness, being attacked by others in a vicious way. If it's a lot of wolves, it could be being ganged up on, and that would be the negative aspect of the wolf. The positive aspect of a wolf is being able to work together cooperatively to get to a positive end in a very assertive and enduring manner. Like wolves have a lot of endurance. They take down their prey by by outrunning them, basically. Okay, everybody clear on all that? Okay, you're gonna do 10 animals, and you're gonna do it on your own. and turn off your video screen so you don't have to look at anybody else. You can also mute yourself if you want to. Okay, and then I'm gonna just set the timer here for 20 minutes because it might take about that time. Okay, go ahead and go. Okay, if can get everybody to come back now, even if you're not finished, it's okay. It's something you can do on your own and keep practicing on your own later. And just going to just a minute. I'm going to stop the share, put it on here so we can kind of do a collective share. Okay, so what I'd like to do is like to go around. Hi, Mava. Hi, Mava. Welcome to our meeting tonight. Hi, it's good to see you.
Hi. She just told me to be patient. She's like, Mommy, be patient.
Yeah, it's good. Good advice. Okay, so Rachel, I kind of lost you wherever you are. Anybody see Rachel?
No.
Rachel went missing. Okay. All right. Maybe she'll come back in. Okay, so Mariam, let's start with you.
Yeah.
And just pick 3 of your most interesting animals and tell me what they mean to you, positive and negative. If anybody else would like to add to them, you can. I'm just giving you a little bit of like an encyclopedia tonight for animals. Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, in this process, and even working with you previously, I realized how much I don't really know animals.
Yeah.
You know, like you say, oh, wolves have a lot of endurance, and so I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with the
Rachel says, sorry, Rachel just sent a message saying that it's not letting.
Okay. Yeah, she's coming back in now. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great. Hi, Rachel.
Welcome back, Rachel.
Rachel, what we're going to do is we're just going to each share 3 animals and what they mean to us. Okay. Okay. Go ahead, Mariam.
I'm gonna start with snakes.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, in terms of negative, it's biting and it's poisonous. I have experience, like, I was raised with snakes, but also had dreams of them in times when I was just getting diagnosed with MS, and like just a lot of snake dreams came to me. I didn't really know what kind of a positive thing they would have, really.
Okay, so what is the negative things in terms of human qualities?
Attacking. I guess what I could see was kind of like like biting me off guard, sort of thing. Like I did, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, in like a venomous relationship, like backbiting or too much criticism or attacking you when you're not ready.
Right.
Because they're ambush predators, right? So constricting snakes can also be like feeling constricted in your life, like feeling squeezed off or that kind of thing. Okay. And anybody have some ideas about what a positive meaning of a snake is?
Transformation, change, shedding your old skin and getting new.
Yeah, shedding your old skin. Yeah. Also, a snake is extremely flexible. It's probably the number 1 most flexible animal on the planet. Larger animals, right? Like so, flexibility is a condition, really important condition at the beginning of a change process. Okay, all right. What's your next one?
Me still?
Yeah.
A bear.
Okay.
Which, you know, I have talked to you about a bear, and
Yeah.
I can imagine, I've kind of held it to me with me or something for protection for a while now. And actually recently I had a dream of me standing somewhere and like suddenly I realized there was a big long bear coming that we didn't realize it would have been there. And so I didn't run away. I just kind of like looked away and I was just hoping that it's not going to attack me. And I just closed my eyes and I was just like, oh, and just like freeze. And so it just came and sniffed at me and then it went away.
Okay, so what's the negative quality of a bear and what's the positive?
So I guess protection is then positive.
Okay.
And I guess the negative is like has sharp teeth and biting. Yes, mommy, I'm
Okay.
talking, mommy.
All right. Okay. It's also characterized by its size. So
Oh, okay.
bears have a lot of strength.
Oh,
They
okay,
represent
yeah.
a lot of strength, and also they can be overly dominant. Like
Oh,
they
okay.
can bear down on you, right? Like it can really be overly dominant, right?
So does that mean like you are being too dominant, or does that mean
No.
like
Well, it could be, but it's mostly somebody else is.
uh
Okay. That's why you're hoping the bear will pass by.
oh
Yeah.
that dominance will pass by?
Yeah. Okay. And this is really important principle for everybody to know too, is that like a lot of times you can say, with animals, you can say, especially with the big animals, you can say, who is that in your life? Like, well, who's the snake in your life? Who's the bear in your life? Who's the Godzilla in your life? Whatever,
Mm.
I didn't know Godzilla was an animal, Richard.
Yeah, well, it's not a human. It's a reptile, right? Erica's had Godzilla dreams, so it's in the book, right? Yeah, it's all about Godzilla's all in that book, right? Okay, one more, Mariam.
And then one more is I think I'm gonna go with cheetah.
Okay.
They run fast, and in terms of negative, I guess attacking and biting.
Yeah. Okay. Like they attack and they're vicious and they get you by being really quick, really fast, and also that's the positive quality too. Is that you can you can go for something really quickly. I guess that's how. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Debbie, do you want to go next?
Chickadee, which I think of.
Sorry?
Chickadee.
Okay.
Oh.
Bird. Committed and joyful.
Okay.
And the negative is they're bullied by others.
Okay. So they.
I've seen the crows kind of diving.
Yeah. So they would be fearful and.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. Okay. What did you say? Committed?
Yeah, committed. Just because, the chickadees that have been raising babies in our backyard.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's very joyful.
Committed parents. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, they're the most committed parents you've ever seen in your life.
Frog, able to move from sea to land, so it's sort of like flexible and transformation kind of thing. And then the negative, I really couldn't think of anything other than they're croaking and they have an ugly noise.
That's good. Okay. Okay. Do you have one more?
Okay, I'll give you the other one that I wasn't quite sure about. Salmon are very faithful and sacrificing, and as Isa said, they know where home is.
Yeah.
They can get back to home. The negative, we really didn't come up with anything definitive. I mean, they die kind of easy.
They all die.
And they die. I don't know what's wrong with them.
Come on, guys, give it up.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's okay. Yeah, well, okay, we'll leave that one. Isa, do you want to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you get close to the microphone so we can hear you?
Yeah, they can't hear you too.
What did she say? Don't look at me.
Okay, we're not looking at you.
Okay. So raccoons, the
Oh,
positive
yeah.
is they can see in the dark and they're very family oriented.
Okay.
The negatives are they are sneaky and vicious and they scavenge, which could also be a net positive.
Okay. Good. They're also thieves.
Oh, thieves, that's on thieves. Yeah. Okay, well, we're done later. We also had a crow, which is smart and community oriented, and they recognize faces. I feel like there's a good metaphor there.
Yeah.
And the negative is that they are attacky and sneaky and merciless.
Yeah. Okay. Good. That's exactly what a crow is, right? Yeah. Okay. Good.
We also had octopus, which
Oh,
is
good.
multitask, and it's smart and can think outside the box and adapt to new situations. And the negatives is it's strangling, it traps you, sneaky, conniving.
And it shoots ink in your face.
Yeah, obscures your vision, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Erica, do you want to do it?
Me and Issa did it together. Should I just
Okay.
read it first?
Read a couple more then.
Okay. We did mice.
Oh, yeah.
Issa was saying that they're cute and cuddly and you want to hold them. And but they are smart and fast, resourceful, and they multiply rapidly.
Oh, yeah. Good.
They're fearful, scared, scavengers, sneaky,
Yeah. Okay.
busy.
Yeah.
And they kind of take over.
Okay. Then busyness can be a good thing too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they do a lot of work to get things done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we did worms. We were kind of having a little hard.
I did a worm too. I wanted to do a worm. Yeah.
Hear your worm. Okay, so we said for the positive, they're resilient. They loosen up things, and they survive off dirt, which I guess could also be a negative. For the negative, we wrote they drown easy, and they don't really have. It's like their own body. They take everything in, so they almost have like no self.
Okay. I'm just gonna do the worm too for you. Was that your second one or third one?
Right.
That was your second one, right? Erica?
Yeah.
Okay, so the worm also okay, so worms get into places and cause damage, right? Like they worm their way into like an organization and mess it all up.
Oh yeah.
But like an earthworm, what it does is it makes the hard ground more airy. So so I took that to mean that it changes a really difficult thing into a much easier thing to do. Because okay. Do you have one more, Erica?
Okay, we did ants.
Oh, good.
Strong, hardworking, community-oriented, unity of vision.
Yeah.
Negative is they don't think for themselves. They have like groupthink.
Okay.
And like slaves fighting, they infest things and they take over.
Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Good job, everybody so far. Clara.
Okay. I'm gonna pick the ones that I'm not sure about.
Okay.
Okay. Well, actually, it's the negative I'm not sure about. Okay, so I've got dolphin. So I've got that they're playful, intuitive, caring, and good communicators, but I don't know anything negative for them. Richard, negative dolphin.
Yeah, you don't think of a dolphin as being very negative, right?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
So are there some animals that are not negative then?
Well, they are negative, but we just don't think of it that negative, right? Like they can be really aggressive, and
They can.
they can gang up on dolphins can gang up on other animals and just beat the crap out of them.
Really?
Yes, that's what they do to predators that they don't like. Yeah.
Good to know.
But you just see them being so buoyant and
Yeah.
playful and okay.
Okay, my second one is songbirds.
Okay.
I said they're uplifting, they have positive energy, and they're kind of enchanting. And again, I don't have anything negative on songbirds, so
Well, they can be annoying sounds, and
that's true.
they can be, because every songbird has a good song, but it also has negative ones too, right? Like so
Or yeah, kind of like they can't be quiet.
and also they're fearful.
Really?
Because they're not like a crow, or they're not like a raptor or whatever. They have to go and hide, and they're nervous. They're always looking around to find out who's gonna eat them or whatever. Like, that's what watch them. Their heads move really fast or whatever. So, but like you won't see that out of an eagle or out of
right.
They're a little more confident.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe it's like kind of like the negative could also be the weakness of that animal. So the weakness,
right.
if you can think how is it vulnerable?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, yeah, like it just yeah.
The smaller animals tend to have a lot of fear and anxiety, whereas the bigger animals tend to be more like bullies and aggressive.
That's why a little dog barks so much.
Yeah.
And the big dog comes by and oh, nothing. And you're like,
yeah, right.
That big dog could just eat you in one bite. Why are you barking so much? But then they keep barking because they're afraid.
Okay.
Right.
Good. And do you have one more, Clara?
Yeah, I've got a hummingbird.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
Said they have endurance. They are able to find beauty. They are really present. They can be still in the air, and they know where to focus their energy.
That's really good. They're helicopter birds, right? So they can stay over a beautiful thing for a long time. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and how are they negative? Or is it similar to the other one? Are they kind of nervous too?
Yeah, they fly away at the first danger or whatever, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, really good. Okay. Rachel?
Okay, so I've got a lamb, and I just said they're gentle, and they give wool, or sheep do, and the negative is they have no natural defense.
Yeah.
So they're dependent. They're like vulnerable, and then they're dependent on them to protect them. I did a spider, And they said the positive is that they eat flies. And of course, there's beauty.
Wait, what's the positive?
They eat flies,
Oh, they.
and there's which turn into mosquitoes. So it's nice that the flies are gone. So another a positive of them is just that they multiply quickly. If you were to think of that as like a positive human quality, to be able to like multiply a positive thing quickly is good. But the negative is that they infest the space, and they just take it over. And of course they bite or whatever. And then the last thing I did, kind of along the same idea as like worms, but I did like a parasite.
Okay.
So they infest and destroy a space. But the positive would be that if you were to like go positively into a space, great change.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so it's a small thing that can go into a space and multiply really quickly, right? Just like what insects are. Okay, really good. Okay, I'm going to give you a few of mine. First of all, I did a clam. I mean, one of the ones I did was a clam. And the negative thing about a clam is that they're overprotective. They clam up. Like, they, at the first sight of danger, they close up, and then they're, but the positive thing that represents to a clam is that it's open to bounties that come along. It's actually, in order to survive, a clam has to open itself up to the bounties of the ocean, like to the bounties of God. The only way a clam survives is by opening itself up to bounties.
Wow.
Okay, so I had a blue jay, and the negative thing about a blue jay is it's a thief. It robs when you're not looking. It takes away everybody's food. The positive things is that it takes advantage of every situation to get to the goal. So you see, just kind of like the reverse of that. And the other one I want to say, I didn't quite get this. If you can help me on this, a kangaroo. And what I thought about the kangaroo was that it does vicious punches or kicks. I'm just thinking about a kangaroo, but it's mostly vicious kicks that stop you, like. But they have a lot of bouncy, enthusiastic jumping for joy. That's what I put for them. They can bounce for a long time. Okay, so you can just sort of keep like a journal of things, and then you can keep moving forward on it. Like, because people send me dreams all the time, sometimes they'll send me an animal, I have no clue about it. And then I go, oh, what the heck is this animal? I don't even know. Like, especially if you get dreams from Asia or something, they'll mention something, and I go, I never heard of that animal, right? And then, so how do you help it? So what I do is go like on a National Geographic site or somewhere like that. And then I read about the qualities of the animal. And then that, because what you're looking for are what are the things that make that animal distinctive? What are the distinctive characteristics of that animal? And then you put them into a spiritual context or a human context. So,
Can I say something? I just was noticing how our language tells us a lot about their qualities too.
Yeah.
Like clamming up, and some of the
Yeah.
different metaphors that you use that we use in our speech.
Yeah.
Tells you oftentimes the negative anyway, I think.
Yeah, like we say, like a cat has staff, and versus a dog that follows the humans around, right? Like the cats command the humans. So because they have independence, right? They have a kind of an independent mindset or whatever. So yeah, and also like with fish, you know, we use the term a school of fish. So and then you have to say, well, why did they why do they use the term school, right? And they also use the term, I mean, the term for a group of crows is called a murder of crows.
Oh my God.
That's the term. That's the group of crows, right? So
That says it all.
yeah, it says it all about crows. Like, yeah, no, because we have a lot of them. Yeah, a bunch of crows. Like, they're a murder, right? Yeah. So, so when you have fish in the dream, you know you're going to be given a teaching usually, because it's a school of fish.
Hmm. And
Okay,
what's the negative about the fish?
that's what we were trying to figure out. We couldn't figure that out, right? Right, Isa? Yeah, she's not answering. Okay.
And do you mind doing cat and dog actually?
What?
Can you talk about the cat and dog?
Okay, so a cat is more independently minded,
Okay.
and it pretty much does what it wants, and it doesn't respond that well to commands.
Hmm.
Okay, and it's just exactly, you think a cat and a dog, they're just almost exactly the opposite. Like, dogs are like friendly, they're social, they represent friendship and loyalty, and okay, I'm going to do whatever you ask, and they're great companions and that kind of thing. A cat is okay, so if I want affection, I'm going to come and get it. If I don't want it, it's too bad, I'm doing something else, right? Like it. So when you need independence of mind,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to get a cat. When you need friendship and loyalty or love and that kind of thing, you're going to get a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the difference between the two, and they come into dreams a lot because they're so common, and they're qualities that people need. And you also usually need a balance between the two animals, right? You need an independence on the one hand, and you need social ability on the other.
So the
Okay,
negative for a dog, for example, would be like what? Biting?
what?
A negative for a dog?
Yeah, vicious, fighting, greedy, um, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, selfish. You know, like Molly's loving, but she will, once you start giving her food, she'll just stay there forever. Like, hey, where's the next? You have to tell her, all done, all gone, right? Yeah. Okay, so that was really good. So and I really thought it was important to spend quite a bit of time doing that particular exercise. Okay, so for the next part of the class, what we're going to do is I'm going to have you work in as partner group. And if you go down to the first page where it says partner work, and it says 25 minutes, it will give you the instructions about what to do there. Basically, you're going to read the dream about gnats, and then we're going to do the questions on the end. Debbie, you can do it with your group in the house there. You can do it together. Mariam, I'm going to put you with Clara, and Rachel, I'm going to put you with me. Okay, everybody got that?
Yeah.
Okay, so just a minute here. I'm going to get, I need to get breakout room here. I need to put you in a breakout room here. So I need 3 breakout rooms. I'm going to do it manually. Breakout room 1 is Debbie. Breakout room 2 is Mariam and Clara. Breakout room 3 is Rachel. I'm going to put you in that room. No, Rachel, we'll just stay together here in this screen, Rachel.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. You should be going to your rooms now. Okay. Okay. So, Mariam, are you in a room? You didn't join, Mariam, for some reason. What happened? Oh, there you go. Okay, now you're out. Okay. Okay. So look at your paper. I'll do the first reading, and then you do it the second reading.
Okay.
Okay. So what I want you to do is when you come to the underlined word or the words that are in bold, just emphasize it with your voice.
Okay.
Okay. So it says, I was waking up in a room and I had a loud buzzing on my left ear, and I saw these gnats flying around me and my bed. They looked like unique gnats, white and black with red eyes. The buzzing was that the 2 gnats got into my ears. I was trying so hard to put my finger into my ear to kill them or get them out, but they were stuck somewhere and very angry. I was worried it was going to damage my inside. I walked outside and then into my kitchen. Gnats were everywhere. I opened my fridge. It was largely empty except for the bottle of water. I had drunk from it before, so now it had been open and it felt familiar, but I was surprised it was there. Then 1 gnat started to follow me. I swiped at it and went away, only to turn around and come back. Then I remembered there is some butt spray. It's supposed to be bug spray.
Right.
And I reached, I'm sure Isa will get that one.
Yeah.
I'm sure I reached for the bottle. I knew I could kill all the gnats around me, and this would cause the gnats inside of me to die. Okay, can you read it now?
I was waking up in a room and I heard this loud buzzing in my left ear, and I saw these gnats flying around me and my bed. They looked like unique gnats, white and black with red eyes. The buzzing was that the 2 gnats got into my ears. I was trying so hard to put my finger in my ear to kill them or get them out, but they were stuck somewhere and very angry. I was worried it was going to damage my insides. I walked outside and then into my kitchen. Gnats were everywhere. I opened my fridge. It was largely empty except for a bottle of water. I had drunk it before, so it had been opened and it felt familiar, but I was surprised it was there. Then One gnat started to follow me. I swiped at it, and it went away, only to turn around and come back. Then I remembered there is some bug spray, and I reached for the bottle. I knew I could kill all the gnats around me, and this would cause the gnats inside of me to die.
Okay. Okay, let's go on to the next page. This is a note, and I probably told you this before. You made me know
Yeah.
this, right? Is
Yeah.
that, yeah, when you wake up in a dream or you say, and then I woke up, it means that you woke up in your life. Not many people pay attention to this, but it helps us to understand how a negative experience in life serves to wake us up to what is happening inside of us. If we didn't have a negative experience, we wouldn't wake up in our spiritual development. That's sort of the bounty of, right? It's funny that when I just sort of came upon it because when I was first starting to do this, I would just kind of go through every part of every little dream, and then I go, and people would say, and then I woke up, and then one day I go, and why did they wake up there, right? Like, then I
right.
woke up. Okay, and then I woke up. What does that mean? Oh, then I woke up in my life, right?
Right.
So it's kind of a key part. Okay, go ahead. You read number 1, and then I haven't answered these questions really, so we can do it together. Yeah.
Okay. What is significant about a gnat? What does it mean to get in your ear? What is the feeling the dreamer is left with?
Okay. What is
You want me to answer it?
Yeah, go ahead, and I'll answer it too. Yeah.
Well, gnats are just small, annoying insects.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
I think they represent like the way people criticize others, and the backbiting and the way that it spreads. So to get into your ear means that these negative voices or negative criticism are getting into his ear.
Yeah.
And the feeling the dreamer's left with is, well, at the very end, he, found some bug spray and could kill them. So he's left with the feeling that he has the ability to destroy the negative voices.
But mostly he starts out being annoyed, right? And then
Right.
and angry, right?
Right.
And the anger leads to him wanting her. It's actually a her.
Okay.
Yeah. Wanting to kill the annoyance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a small thing that gets you, right? A small thing that somebody says that gets to you, right? That's what a gnat is, right? Small, like a
Okay.
negative thing that gets to you.
Okay.
It's not like a big wasp or something. It's like more like, yeah.
Right.
Okay. Okay, I'll read the next one.
Okay.
When the dreamer has the negative emotion, what does she attempt to do with the gnat? And then describe a time in your life when you've had a metaphoric gnat in your ear and you tried to kill it. Okay, so what the dreamer tries to do is kill the gnat, which means, and then, yeah, what does she attempt to do? She tries to kill the gnat. So when she's trying to kill the gnat, that means she's trying to kill the thing that's trying to bug her, right? She's trying to get rid of the thing that's bugging her, like the negative criticism or the annoying things that people are saying. She's trying to kill all that. Okay. Well, I've had like thousands and thousands of metaphoric gnats in my ears that I've tried to kill.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think probably the place that is the most significant for me about this is when I was in school in the Air Force Academy, and it was military school, and they picked at everything. They tried to find everything that had the slightest, if you had the slightest bit of dust on your uniform, they would pick it, and then, or you had like a little tiny thread that was coming off of a pocket or something on your shirt or whatever, they would point it out and criticize it. They would, and then I'm trying to kill it. Okay, that was so annoying. And the way I tried to kill it is by just going against the whole system. And that didn't work either. Okay, how about you?
Well, I'm kind of at the same place that she is right now in my today.
Yeah.
And but I think that, I mean, the annoying gnat in my ear at the moment is Gracie. And how do I try to kill the annoyance is, well, first with a lot of we'll see. It's interesting. So she goes into the dream. She is very angry, but I don't have anger at first. I have a lot of like compassion and understanding. And then when that doesn't work, then I tend to back away. I tend to just avoid it.
Okay, so so in this case, you're not trying to kill it. You're just avoiding it, right? Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I don't know that I have ever really tried to kill the gnats.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not much of a killer.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So next question. Why don't you read the next question?
When she is worried about the gnats, what happens to their number? Describe an experience where when you started worrying about a small thing, how it multiplied either in your own life or others. So when she's worried about the gnats, she finds more, right? The ones she finds, they're in her ears, and then she finds more. Describe an experience.
Yeah, okay.
So worrying about a small thing and then it multiplies. So, oh yeah, that happens all the time. One small example. Well, I mean, I'll just give an example of like the fridge. It's like once, okay, there's like some milk spills, for example. It's like, oh, I got to get to that. And then but I don't do it. And then I keep seeing every time I open the fridge, I'm like, oh, that milk, right. I have to get to that. I have to get to that. And then I'm thinking, when am I going to get to that? And then other things start sticking to the milk and it hardens, right? And then there's like, now there's milk plus, you know, a little piece of bread, and then it just multiplies.
Yeah. And then you
then
start
by the time I
saying,
get to
and then
it,
you start saying all the other things in the house that,
yeah,
the gnats are in the house. Okay.
right.
Okay.
Oh, go. You want me to go on?
No, I'm just trying to think about myself. Describe an experience when you started worrying about a small thing, how it multiplied in your own life or others. Okay. Yeah, I think the way that I worry is worry that I'm going to get a negative response from somebody, and it's pretty small, but it's not really big. I just worry that they're not going to respond to me in a positive way. They're going to give me a negative one, and then like what you said, when you don't act on it, or when I just don't be confident, then what happens is that I start thinking about how everybody else is going to respond in a negative way, you know, like it multiplies, and then it seems like everybody's going to respond that way, negative way. Yeah. Okay. So it's a small, like a small thing that just multiplies really easily.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that went faster than I thought it was going to go. That's really good. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see if I can get I'm going to tell the group that they have 1 minute.
Okay. Yeah. I'll be right back then.
Okay. Okay. Now, again, I just gave him a minute now. Okay.
Okay.
How's your little baby doing there?
Chloe,
Yeah.
she's all right. She's it's difficult actually. Just a lot of energy.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
She's a high.
But we've been going out to Kanaka Creek,
Oh, yeah.
and yeah, there's a lot of nice trails out there, and she just loves it. So
Mm,
that's been good.
yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Debbie, were you able to get through the question?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. Everybody get through the questions okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now we're going to end this with the large thing together, and then whoever wants to answer this question can answer the question. And that is, why is attempting to kill a bad metaphor always the wrong response? Anybody have an idea about that?
You want to flip the negative into a positive?
Yeah. Okay. So that's instead of killing, that's what you have to do in Dreamwork, right? Okay. Killing is the wrong response. What If killing is the wrong response, what is the right response?
Yeah, living.
Living, right? Or bringing something into birth. Yeah, it's birthing, right? Like, okay. So, so what's the thing that she needs to give birth to?
Confidence.
Confidence
Patience.
in what?
Are you talking about the gnats?
Yeah.
Oh, so, um,
Calmness.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so think about it this way. The gnats are a negative little thing that cause you to be annoyed.
Yeah.
Like they get into your ear, which means something that's said, a negative little thing that's said to you that becomes a big annoyance, and then it multiplies. So what do you need to give birth to instead?
Detachment.
No. Good guess.
Positive words.
Positive.
Oh, positive word.
Positive words, right? You need to give birth to a little positive,
Mm.
and you need to put it in the ear and then let it grow and let it multiply. Okay, so that's basically what this dream is telling her to do.
Okay.
The normal ego response when you have flight or fight is to kill it, right? Is to fight the negative words.
Yeah.
But the spiritual response is to let the negative words grow and realize that positive words need to be grown in that space. So you have to ignore the negative and emphasize the positive, basically. And a gnat is a really good metaphor because it shows you that a small things can multiply more rapidly. A big things, if you had a bear, it's harder to multiply a whale. You know? You know, you imagine 1,000,000 whales in the ocean, it doesn't work, right? But you can imagine small positive things multiplying and creating a lot of change really rapidly. That's why, like when you acknowledge like virtue, or you acknowledge something with somebody, that's what you're talking about. And the advantage of it is that you can go into an environment and basically change it right on the spot by just starting to point out positives. I'll just give you, when I was studying special education, when I was an undergraduate studying special education, we were learning this principle of positive reinforcement and that kind of thing. And we went to this conference, and there was this guy speaking, and we decided to do an experiment to see if it actually worked. We all sat not too far away from the front row, and we all started smiling and nodding at the speaker when he spoke. And then after a while, he was almost totally speaking to us. It was really, it's just like when you put out the positive energy, people get attracted to it.
Yeah.
Right. So, and it's just a small thing. It was a smile. You smile at somebody and then they get attracted, or you say positive things and get attracted. Okay. So really, by and large, that's the message of the insect world. Right. Is that you can do small things that create big change, because the reason you can do them is because they're easy to multiply.
oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's the purpose of it. Okay.
Say it again.
Who asked the question?
Erica.
Erica. Okay. The message of the insect world is that the message of the insect world is that you can do small things that multiply quickly. You know, and because as negative as a mosquito is, right, about, and it sucks your blood out and all that kind of stuff. You know, you think about the opposite was, okay, if you do the opposite of that, is you can multiply positive quickly and then bring a lot of life to a lot of people. Right.
Scaring her.
Hi, Molly. Molly. Hi, Molly. Okay, so so really, like if you are going to give you a practice, like the practice is just try it. Try becoming an insect. The nice thing about a positive, like a gnat, is it's so small, like you barely see it, but you know, when they multiply, they can become so annoying, right? And but if you can do the positive to make something really small, but then just multiply it, that's the message of it.
Well, it's interesting in this dream that even though they're so small, this person was so focused on them that they could
Yeah,
even see the color of their eyes and like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
so you can see how
exactly.
they could see that small thing as so magnified.
Yeah, exactly. That was really well. I didn't have a question about that. That was really good. Yeah. And and you know, this person, she sent me a lot of dreams for a long time. She was in a really abusive relationship and very sensitive to criticism and that kind of thing. So you can see why she would want to naturally kill it, right? And why it's such a hard experience for her to go the other way.
Did she succeed in the end, Richard?
What? What did you
Did she
say?
succeed in the end? Did she resolve her problem?
I'll tell you what. I'll just tell you the story about what happened to her. Is that she because some of you in this group have this story.
Yes.
She was in an abusive relationship. She tried to get out of it. The local spiritual assembly went against her,
Ugh.
and she had like people turn on her, and really affected her really deeply. It took her a long time, like we're talking a number of years, and then the NSA helped turn the whole thing around, and she was a catalyst in terms of setting out guidelines for their country on how to help people and how to, for assembly, how assemblies and how individual Baha'is and stuff should deal with situations where there's been abuse. So she actually changed the whole way that the country is actually dealing with something, but she had to go through that terrible kind of situation. But this was a dream like 3 days ago, so this is where she is now. So
Oh,
yeah.
okay. That's not good. It was all going well until you
No, but I mean, it's not like, if you knew the history of it, there was a lot of positive changes along the way, but you can see that there's still work to do, right? So
Oh God.
yeah,
there's
yeah.
work.
But this insects also tell you that, you know, you don't have to be create a big huge thing to go out and start making change right away. You can do it in a small way, and it has a big effect on people. And when you're in the middle of a really negative organization or something, there's always things that you can do. You can always go to the insect world. You know, or Rachel was mentioning, you can even be like a bacteria, or what did you say, a parasite. Yeah, you could be a positive parasite, right? You can attach in and be positive or whatever. Okay, everybody. Go to bed, sleep well, rest up, and see you next week.
Hey,
Okay, thank you, Richard. Thanks,
Yeah.
everybody.
Thank you.
What?
Can you stay on, Mariam?
Oh, yes, yes.
Let's talk to you.
Okay.
Oh,
Fine.
I need to talk to Richard, actually. I was going to ask. I need like 1 minute.
Okay, let's go into a break. I'll go into a breakout room.
Oh, okay, good. That's awesome.
Wait a minute. I'm going to add a room here.
This is fun.
And,
Mav, are you brushing your teeth?
okay.
You did already?
Now we're going to go.
Done شده؟ مامی جونم done شده؟ done شده یا نشده؟
Okay. Just a minute. Okay. Okay, Clara, you're going to go into that room and then I'm going to join you.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
God. Yeah, I just have to ask you this because this has been like on my mind the whole day. And like, it's about money. And like, I keep getting these things where like, anyway, whatever, something happened and I was talking to somebody. And basically it's like, I feel like, you know how you said that I like think there's communists everywhere and that whole issue, right? So I think money is like another issue where I just always think I'm never gonna have money, like, and so I feel like I'm like repelling money, like, like, you know, Paymon doesn't pay me, the insurance company doesn't pay me, like, it's like, and I think it's somehow like my belief, or I don't have no clients, right? So if I have like a negative belief about money, how like, there isn't enough, I'm never gonna get it, maybe I like I don't deserve it, like I'm not a good enough healer so no one's coming, whatever. How do you change that? Like, do I just make a bunch of statements that are like the opposite and just like
Okay, there's two things, right?
Yeah.
Okay, number one is you can't make money because the world's full of communists and they don't believe in making money.
Richard, you're killing.
That's true. It's very true.
Oh my God. Like, I need to, you're making me hot.
Okay, so you have to, yeah, now you got hot, right? You got really hot on that one. Okay, so you have to change your belief about the world. It's not communist.
But we're not doing that until next week.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's why I said, like, you had to do the other work first. Remember? Okay. The world is plentiful and bountiful, something like that, and full of opportunity.
Okay, but isn't it also like, I feel like part of it is like I don't feel like, I don't know, I don't think I give myself enough value or worth.
Right.
So
yeah, I mean, that's the other part. Like, I'm never going to have any money. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do, right?
So do I say like, you know, I'm capable and I can make money?
No, you don't have to. No, you just say it more directly. Don't use the capable one. Just go.
Okay.
I'm open to making money. I can make money. I mean, the monies can come to me. You can do all kinds of millions of them, right? Okay, everywhere where there's a negative thought in your head, you have to replace it with a positive one.
There are so many.
That's
It's
what I
like,
mean. Like,
oh my
you
God.
you got a lot to change there. You have to find every one of them and change every one of them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just like what I was saying before, you know how you had to, that child is bringing up all that stuff and you have to switch it over to the other side. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. I'm gonna keep working on it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Let's leave the room. I'm going to
Okay, bye.
Eight, she'll fall asleep. Sometimes she even falls asleep by 6.
Wow.
So in a way, you know, it's good she's active in there.
Mhm.
But yeah. Okay.
Is she 3 now?
She's 3 end of December.
End of December.
Are you guys going to talk for a little while?
No, I think we're done. Just wanted to
Okay.
find time.
I'm just going to close it. Close the meeting
right.
now. Okay.
Okay, well let's say goodbye then.
Okay. Bye, Mava.
Okay, have a good night.